Hey folks, Dustin Zarni here, Democratic Elections Commissioner of Onondaga County, and welcome to Commissioner in the Car. Today is Tuesday, August 22nd, and it's going to be kind of a quick Commissioner in the Car. I'm running a little late. I got a few meetings later this evening that I'm preparing for, but I wanted to talk to you about what's going on at the Board of Elections this week. Last week I didn't do a Commissioner in the Car, because I was away at the NYSECA conference, but last week we got all of our Clear Ballot, Clearcast, and ClearMark machines that we're going to be using this fall. But what's happening this week is a little different. Now that we got the equipment, we have to do what's called acceptance testing. And in New York, all of our voting machines have to be certified by the New York State Board. But it's not just the mechanics of the machine. We have to certify the software on the machine as well. And to make sure that the software that is certified with the New York State Board of Elections is the software that is on the machine itself, after the physical machines arrive from the manufacturer to our county facilities, the state board, the New York State Board, has a group of testers that come out and try and do what's called the trusted build, which is that they are physically going machine by machine and uploading the approved software that was approved through the New York State Board. This makes sure that we do not have any machines that have any foreign software on there that is not approved, certified, tested against security protocols, plus also providing the functionality that we require in New York State for our voting machines. So, and it's important to remember that all of our 225 scanners that we bought and 175 BMDs that we bought, all of them are not connected to the internet. So, or I should say, none of them are connected to the internet. And I mean that by not just by practice, but physicality. It cannot be connected to the internet. There is no ability for wireless connections on these machines. So they actually have to go machine by machine, hard downloading the software from trusted and verified USB devices that connected to the machine, and the software is loaded on them. We also have members from the Clear Ballot group here helping with that, but they're also doing the install of a lot of the different hardware pieces on the machine. Though the machines came almost all fully built, they're doing some testing to make sure that the ballots are able to be accepted and all of that, so, so that nothing is too tight. And of course, we will then, after this is all done, we will then test them all before they're deployed for the general election as well. And one of the reasons why I do this Commissioner in the Car, and also am focusing in on this Clear Ballot changeover, is this doesn't happen very often. In fact, last time we got new machines in Onondaga County was 2008 with the ImageCast machines. But we're also one of the first counties in New York State to switch over machines for this year's election, and the first county in New York State to actually do Clear Ballot for this election. There's a few others that did HART, and they got done before us, but all of us are deploying in the general election. I don't think anybody deployed for the primary, though I may be wrong about that, because HART was certified back in January, so there could have been some machines for the primary that were deployed. But this is the next generation of voting machines, so almost every county over the next 2 or 3 years is going to be getting these new machines to replace their aging fleet. And so we're happy and honored to be part of the Clear Ballot and being the first county to deploy Clear Ballot. We won't be the only county that deploys in the general election, but we're kind of the guinea pig for every other county. And being a county of our size, we're actually a good guinea pig because we're not too big where it's overwhelming, but we're not too small where it's too easy. We present a lot of problems to vendors being the size that we are, and that's a good thing because we need the vendors to solve all those issues as well. So I'm hopeful that this acceptance testing will be done by the end of this week. And then once that is done, we start on learning what's called the EMS system, because it's not just the scanners that are coming in and the ballot marking devices, but our whole election management system is coming in. In fact, a brand new election management system, which is something that you'll never see as a voter, but we see on the back end. This is how we create the ballots themselves. And it's one of the reasons why we chose Clear Ballot, is they have a tremendous, what we believe is going to be a tremendous asset to Onondaga County, this election management system, which will allow us to design ballots quicker and with more more readable ballots for the voters, as readable as New York State allows, because some of the stuff on the ballot, we're kind of rigid on how it's laid out in New York State, but including the fusion voting part of New York State. So we learn that next week, and then the week after we get our final shipment of ballot on demand printers, and then the week after that we do some testing on those ballot on demands, all to get ready for the general election. So this is like a 6-week journey to get all this new equipment in and have it be ready. And then right after that, we actually start testing the equipment for the general election. So our whole warehouse is it's not chaos. It's very organized. But it's a little pulled apart. But after the acceptance testing is done, we can then start putting things in the right place and really have a good idea of how we're going to manage this election and all future elections as well. So, man, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be great for the county, and it's a big investment, over $3.5 million of new equipment being invested this election to get this done, and the bulk of it is from Onondaga County. So thank you to the county legislature and county government for doing this. Although we had reached the end of our life cycle on the old machines, there was really not much we could do to actually get that done. So hopefully, we're going to get through this process really well. We're setting the precedent for a lot of other counties, and it's going to be a good process going forward. We're also in the middle of our election inspector classes, and tomorrow is National Poll Worker Day. So if you're interested in becoming a poll worker either this year or next year, now is the time to sign up, especially if you want to work the primaries next election as well as the general. So tomorrow is National Poll Worker Day. Go to our website, onvote.net, and you can sign up to be an inspector and fill out a survey, and we will get you into a class sometime this year. And then finally, what I got going on this week, my Zoom with Zarnies are continuing. I'm talking to Corey Williams, who is the 3rd District Common Councilor or who is trying to be the 3rd District Common Councilor. He's going for the election this fall. He does have a Republican opponent, and that's why my criteria for getting on Zoom with Zarni is, as a candidate, is that you actually have to have a race this year. So I'm not bringing on Democrats that don't have opponents this year. And there's a few of them. There's actually a lot of them that don't have opponents. So I'm going to try to get every Democratic candidate that has an opponent into the Zoom with Zarni before the end of the year. There's still a lot to get done, so I might have to double some up. We'll see how we do in October. But so I'm really excited about that interview to bring to you. It was a great interview. And then my weekly wonks continue. I'm on to the town of Skinny Atlas this weekend. I've already uploaded the town of Pompey last weekend again. The weekly ones are all on political subdivisions that actually have races this fall, as opposed to the ones that don't. So that's what I got going on later this week. And again, the journey of the new voting machines is what is taking up our entire summer. So I'm hopeful that it'll all get done and ready to go for the fall. I know it will, because we have a great team in place. With the New York State Board of Elections has been amazing, and so has been Clear Ballot. And knowing who is going to be our on-demand poll book vendor. Well, they already are our poll book vendor and our on-demand vendor, but they've come in as well, and they will be coming in to make this reality of new voting machines, on-demand printing all throughout Onondaga County this fall. So excited to get this done. So I'm hopeful that you will see that as well. So, all right, that's all I got. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, and make sure you go to dustinzarny.com. You can like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you get an email with anytime I have an interview or content or election news. I'll throw it on that website, and it's always free, always will be free, as it is an extension of my public education for Onondaga County in my role as Elections Commissioner. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.